Hello world, welcome back to the Less Than 3 show. I'm Jake, and this week we're talking about your failed relationships. More specifically, the failed relationships of those of you who seem to only find bitches and assholes over and over again. So you keep finding these relationships that are amazing at first, and then end so quickly and dramatically that you're left sitting wondering what the hell happened. Or you find all these amazing, wonderful people who just end up turning into these ridiculously bitchy or asshole-ish people, right? Over and over and over again it keeps happening. Well, have you ever sat and thought that maybe it's you? Let's think about this for a second. Statistically, how can every single person you meet turn out to be that way? I mean, you're really the only common denominator here, right? See, the problem is everybody wants to blame somebody else. Regardless of how much they screw up a relationship, they want to blame the other person who ends up leaving. You see all these books and articles and shows that teach you to blame the other person for turning out to be that way. Personally, I think these are a waste of time and money. Don't get me wrong, yes, in the game of dating you are gonna find these relationships that just don't work, or people who actually are bitches, or assholes, or douchebags. You know, of course you're gonna find these things. But how can every single one of them be that way if it's not you doing something to turn them into that? So quit reading and watching these things that say, oh, you're just dating the same person in a different disguise. And take a look into a mirror and figure out what it is that you are doing to find these people or turn these people into these kind of douchebags. Here's a couple things you probably need to look for. Are you boring, clingy, needy, controlling, self-absorbed, unemotional, or over-emotional? Or are you slutty or not confident in the bed or in life in general? If you actually are any of these things, you can't rely on your friends to tell you, because your friends are just that. They're friends. They're gonna spare your feelings and say, oh, this person was stupid and they didn't realize what they had. Sound kind of familiar? You're gonna have to turn all your analyzations on yourself and be honest. So an example, ladies, we know you like to look good, you know, dress up, show a little skin to show off what you got. As guys, we want a girl that every other guy wants. But we don't want a girl who has to have everyone else's attention. We see when you're dressing up all sexy and slutty so that other people will look at you and come on to you and be up on you. And not when you're dressing up for us. Now, we're not the most intelligent creatures in the world, but we're smart enough to see what's going on there. And guys, if you have no confidence, then don't expect her to stay around very long. I mean, perfect example, if you have no idea what you're doing in bed, at least act like you do. Take charge and just do something instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry every 10 seconds or asking permission for every damn little thing. But the moral of the story is stop blaming everyone else, stop blaming the people who left, and start looking at yourself and figuring out what you're doing wrong to fuck shit up. But on to news you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you about anyways. 51% of women say that they initiated their last breakup, while only 32% of men say that they were dumped. This tells me one of two things. One, men are having more than one girl break up with them at the same time. Douchebags. Man whores. Or more women are just lying and trying to save face. But in the end, does it really matter who broke up with who? It ended. Drop it. Causes for these breakups, number one reason was being cheated on. Nearly a third of women surveyed say that their last relationship ended because of their partner's extracurricular activities. While 28% of men, nearly the same as women, say the same thing. Is everyone just a bunch of sluts? And number two came in with 23% of men and 27% of women saying that their last relationship ended because of commitment issues. And three kind of surprised me. I figured the women would be higher, but 23% of men and 17% of women said that their last relationship ended because of a lack of passion. However, 1 in every 4 women say that abuse of whatever kind was a major factor in their last breakup. So guys, quit being fucking douchebags. But coping with these breakups, men are more likely to go out, get sloshed to forget about the breakup, and men are also more likely to date someone new to get over the breakup. Whereas women are more likely to clean stuff and go buy shit to replace the person that they lost. But that's all I had to talk about today. Let me know what you think, if you agree, disagree, or somewhere in between. Let me know, post a comment down here, email me, shoot me a Facebook message, doesn't matter. Just let me know. But once again, I'm Jake Lundberg, and thanks for watching the Less Than 3 Show.